So, Mr. Brian Glick, we are sitting down in your living room. If you want, is this a living room, den? What do you call it?
Yeah, I mean it's called the den.
We're sitting in the
Yeah.
den at Mr. Glick's house right here. Um, you are the Covert Connector. You are the founder of the Visionary Initiative and so many other things that you have going on. So, I want to give you this opportunity to kind of introduce yourself to the people that are watching. Tell them who you are and what it is that you do.
Sure, Mr. Glick. That sounds so professional. Oh my God. So yeah, my name is Brian. As you said, I call myself the Covert Connector. I'm here to help artists network, build relationships, and really explore their full potential. My job is to advocate for them, get them their needs, and really host shows, whatever it is, to really propel their careers forward.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean we met you just about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, like in passing at some shows when with the lead up to a lot of events that we were doing and a lot of events that you were doing, and we got to talking a lot about creatives and really the music community as a whole here on Long Island is really what you're um, ingrained in. Like you are I think a pivotal figure in the Long Island music scene here. So like with that in mind, what are some of the challenges that you see for creatives in this current COVID world, or just like the challenges in general that a lot of artists are facing?
Well, yeah, that's something I really explored in depth. You see, over the past years, I've made it my mission to meet anybody who is anybody in the industry. Why I've met you, I hunt down people and be like, all right, who are they? What are they doing? How they can help? And there's a plus thing and a minus thing going on right now. Right now, there's a big underlying community, but the problem is there's no shows in New York. There's a 10 o'clock curfew. They have all the restrictions, and just all across the board, the entertainment industry is kind of in flux. They know where they're going, but they're lost, and everybody's kind of all up in mess. Like over the past 10 years, the people I met, everybody's trying a side project. They're trying something new. Everything just got demolished with COVID, and everybody's just trying to build up from the ground up. It's great that we have like this more creative energy and able to create our own destinies, but at the same point, everybody's trying to like figure out who's leading the way.
Yeah, I mean I think that's why we gravitated towards you and connected with you, especially during this time, is we have a very similar mission. I mean, the mission is to bring that local creative talent to the opportunities that are out there. And you said it right there, like who is leading that vision? It's all of us together. If we can kind of uh, hone that vision into one thing, and that that bigger vision of giving opportunities to creatives and making sure people aren't being taken advantage of and all of that, like that's what you do. That is exactly what you do for people. So um, we've touched on the challenges. What are some of the opportunities that you see for artists right now?
The opportunities, oh, it's the Wild West. It's the virtual world. You get to create your new image. Like I'm playing around. Like I used to do like live events, and now it's not as prevalent because you can't really pack rooms. So let's do virtual events. There are tons of people making platforms, all different types of platforms, whether it's an avatar based, whether it's an actual person, it doesn't matter. There's so many unique and fun things that all these like IT people are coming out. So now you have these creatives join forces with the IT, and you combine them, and it's just like, whereas at like a show it was only the people at the show. Now it's everybody worldwide could see what you're doing. It's beautiful. Instead of your creativity flows throughout the world, you could create revenue from all other streams also.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, digital is a huge opportunity, and that kind of segues perfectly into your newest project and what you're doing. Tell people a little bit about the Visionary Initiative and what you have going on, and maybe how they could get involved, or what you're looking for.
Sure, yeah. When COVID hit, everybody fell into this like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So I just made a lot of calls. I like wrote a lot of things on a piece of paper, threw it out, scrapped it away, and I'm like, what can I do? I'm not giving in. I'm not like saying, tossing the buck and saying that's it, the career's over, music is done. I'm like, people rely on me. Like I really love catering to the community, and I decided, you know what, we need to come up with something big and bold and bring people together. So I asked the movers, I asked a bunch of other people to join on and form this thing. I want to call it we because it's not me. I like him term the visionary initiative, but the fact is, it's really taking your visions and getting out there, getting a hybrid system between live events and virtual events at the same time. Whereas right now we can't do full-on live events, but we could do virtual events and segue as COVID clears, and things get a little more settled in the world, then hopefully towards like the summer we could get out to live events. And I want us have that leadway to have that vision of we can influence the infrastructure instead of these big mega corporations. What about us? We can make the rules. These artists are struggling. They've even been struggling before. There's been so many like stuff that they've been neglected for them before that I think should be addressed. Just like basic rights and health care and, just day-to-day things. It's really needs to be addressed. So let's use this vision to get the whole concept out there of we're banding together to change the industry and showing that there are so many talented individuals out there, and B, raise money, raise awareness so we can help these underlying issues be resolved.
Yeah. No, I mean, you touched on a lot of things there. Two like core things from that you mentioned. You kept saying we and us, and we and us, and how there's power in that. There's power in that community. So like, what does community do for these creators, and what is the power of that community?
It's like this unspoken thing that really binds people together. When you're at a show, there's just this feeling of like unity and oneness that you're all sharing in this thing. All things are thought. One of the major things that draw me to music is like everybody is created equal. When you're at the show, you're just having fun, you're enjoying yourself, and just being part of this experience. And that's what it is. We're experiencing life together, and we don't want to be having animosity in each other's throats. We want to like combine our efforts and build something bigger and greater than things that are unspoken.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there is so much power in not just the individual creators, but the creators when they band together. And you mentioned healthcare and all these different rights that artists aren't necessarily afforded unless they band together. And that's I think that's something that we can do together, and that's something that when you bring that up to us every so often. I mean, when you approached us with the visionary initiative, that was one of your leading points. Is like I want to fight for the artist. I want to fight for those people, and that right there is it's huge because people need more advocates like you in this scene.
Mm-hmm. For sure, absolutely. Because like artists are so busy with their craft, what they're doing is just like I don't exactly have like the skill set to play or perform, but I love interacting. I love talking. I love just meeting different people, and let's start a conversation. Let's get things going. There's nothing that we shouldn't be talking about, and there should be so much more going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring it back down a little bit. We had a short conversation before we started the interview, and we were talking about motivation, or like having a slow start to the day, or a slow start to your morning, and how you get out of that. How do you stay motivated when it comes to this bigger vision here?
It's really hard. I was just actually talking to you today. Like you got to be vulnerable in life. I was today like, why am I doing what I'm doing? What's the point of life? What's the point of any of this? Like, do I really want to keep on doing this? Keep on this lifestyle? And it's just like, took a hot shower, got a nice shave, listened to some music, because like just the melodies always get me things, some EDM, some punk, whatever it is. But the fact is, you have to like stay true to your passion, whatever it is, because never give up, no matter how hard it is, no matter what it takes, keep on going. Why did I do this? I did this for my love of people. It's not because I like music. It's not because I want to change things. It's because I like people. I personally like interacting. I want to know more about people. I'm a curious person and just want to build relationships. And the best way to build relationships is just through experience and just having just things happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's the underlying thing to everything that you're saying is people. You know, that's you've been every single thing from community to changing the culture, changing all these different things. It starts with the personal interactions. So like, has that been difficult through COVID, or has the fact that everyone's kind of at home in front of their computer screen, has it made it easier or more difficult to make those connections?
I personally think everybody's using this COVID thing as like, just an excuse for, is it difficult or is it before? There's been so many other instances in life. We have to just get past of pre-COVID, post-COVID. We have to get to the point of this is how life is. Life's going to be a new thing. Life always is new. There's always things. There's always obstacles. There's always things. So, I mean, yes, we do mention COVID's an issue, but let's forget about COVID. Forget about everything. Just figure out what can we do with ourselves right now with the situations we're given. And that's the key. It's like, what kind of situations are like when I would host a show, I would just sometimes, as the band was playing, stare at the audience and to see what the situation is. How is it working? What can I do for the band? What can I do for the people? And how do we change that around? You don't look at the actual fact of the thing is, you look at the whole picture and then work yourself backwards. So, all right, COVID is here. But, there was a world before COVID, there's going to be a world after COVID. So it doesn't matter if it's easier or harder, just deal with it and, do you. And that's the most important thing, is do whatever makes yourself happy to get you through the day. Because everybody's got an opinion and nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
That was perfect. I love that. That was beautiful.
Right.
So is there, I guess, I mean, I want to end it on that kind of, but is there anything that I didn't touch on that you want to touch on before I ask my final couple of questions?
Oh, geez, final questions. Wow. Basically the Visionary Initiative is bringing this all together. It's taking my fact of Covert Connector, the guy who connects you, the guy who helps you network, and make sure everything is instilled out there. I'm not to get philosophical, I'm just an entity in this world. I'm a conduit. Come to me, and then I will get you to that next level, wherever it is. It's not about what's gonna, what is. It's what can happen. The possibilities are endless. So, just get that mental block out of your head that I can't do it, or, and just, there are so many resources, so many other people, so many different places you can go. So just utilize anything that you could possibly see.
That's great. So, with all of your projects going on, where can people find them? Website, social media. Plug your stuff. Tell them what you have going on, and then, after you plug it, tell people how they can help and what you're looking for in collaboration and other things that you have going on.
Sure, absolutely. My handles, Instagram, Covert Connector, website, www.covertconnector.com. The Visionary Initiative, you could see all the shows that I planned as visionaryint.com. I'm on Facebook, Covert Connector. I'm on Clubhouse at Brian Glick. That's a new up-and-coming app. If you guys don't know about it, check it out. And that's where you could find me. What was the other question?
How can people help, or what are you looking for in collaboration?
I'm looking to just really build relationships. I definitely need artists who want to perform because I always have shows. I want businesses who want to take it to the next level, help sponsor shows. I want just involvement. I want to open up conversations. I want to talk to political figures and really figure out how do we tackle these issues of artists and entertainers that are just really struggling. I just reach out to me. I don't want to be broad and say everybody, but I just want people who are game changers to come to me and say, hey, this is a new game, this is a new table, let's change it. Because that's what I'm about. I'm about changing the game.
So someone who resonated with that, what's the best way for them to reach out to you? Is it the DM? Is it an email?
Yeah, you could email me, contact at Covert Connector, or DM me on Instagram. I'll answer whatever. I've learned to just be that way. It's like there's so many different mediums. I that's the one thing that just you get so ingrained, like, oh my god, there's so many different like calling systems. What do I do? But yeah, I guess email or DM on Instagram is perfect.
Cool. Well, if you have any last words, now's your chance. Other than that, though, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this interview and to let the people know what you have going on.
No, yeah, I want to thank you. I definitely thank the movers for just being a source to really get this whole project up and running, and not just me, just everybody involved. It's so hard doing things on your own. Just like that's the worst part of life. It's just like running through it on your own with your own ideas and your own concepts and nowhere to get it going. The best thing is just find people and align with them that you are like really in tune with, and work as a group towards getting wherever you want to go, because if it's just you against the world, it's not a fun place. So just be fun, be with everybody, and let's rock and roll.
That was great. Thank you, man.
Yep.